The following segment is sponsored by Creative Society.
If you've noticed your furnace short cycling or wheezing, it could be overheating. Sean McGraw is here from American Veteran AC with what we need to know about it. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning to you. Hopefully I got what you need to know.
Yeah, well, this is a good one. Restricted airflow. We've talked about this. It is the most common problem that would cause a furnace to overheat. So how do we make sure air is flowing?
Yeah, you're right. It is the most easily preventable and the most common problem all at the same time. Actually, often when I show it to someone's house and I ask to look at their filter, usually when I look at the filter and it's brand new and clean, I go out to their trash can and look at the old one because it's usually sitting right up on top there. For some reason, they want to hide the problem. But we're there to solve the problem. We're there to try to fix it and make this as easy as possible, and that's the goal. So yes, airflow is generally the most common issue, especially with furnace failures or even heat pump failures that we find. And often it's caused just by something as simple as a dirty air filter, sometimes a filter they didn't even know about, or blocked vents and stuff sitting on top of vents.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. The blocked return vents are a big problem. They keep air from circulating in your system. People are sometimes putting furniture and couches up against these vents. What should they be doing differently?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons there's so many pros and cons between where you put your ductwork at, whether it's in the attic or whether it's in the crawl space. When it's in the crawl space, that's one of the cons, is you're limited on where you can put stuff, unfortunately. You are. But you don't want to block that vent. Because when you block that vent, you're blocking airflow. And every bit of that airflow that's blocked is putting detriment or raising static pressure on the system and cause a detriment to the system. The other problem I see, honestly, is usually when folks, with the empty nest type thing where kids are moving out and we're not using this room anymore, so why are we conditioning it? But blocking the vent for that or shutting the vent or the dampers off for that isn't helping you any. It's not saving any energy. It's really costing you more because same thing. You're restricting airflow, and it was designed for a specific amount of airflow to go through that system. If it's not going through it, it's causing harm.
So it's part of a system and it all needs to flow. Then a dirty blower wheel, that can also make your furnace overheat. How do we avoid that problem?
Well, obviously cleanliness is the first part, but that dust and debris gets in everything. So making sure the filters are maintained properly from the get-go is obviously a big deal. If you're just starting to change your filters, it might be a good idea to go ahead and get the ducts cleaned before you start looking at that. And that's not a big deal. But the thing with, and people don't look at this often, is a blower wheel is basically curved. And it's curved because it's scooping air. And as you get a lot of debris in there, and you probably can't see it on the camera, but if you get a lot of debris inside those blower wheels or inside the vanes on that, it basically starts flattening it out. So now it can't scoop the air and it can't throw the air like it used to. So now you're not moving the air that the system was designed, once again, airflow.
That point is made. Also, a simple mechanical problem. Sometimes that's what causes the furnace to fail. Good maintenance will normally catch those problems though, won't it?
That's the goal, and that's what we really preach on a large scale. And a lot of folks think that it's trying to squeeze their foot in the door or whatever it might be, but it's not. It's there to try to catch the small things before they come big things. Because we've been around the block long enough to see and know what's going to happen. If these small issues are ignored long enough, it's going to cause a large, hefty price tag at the end of the day. And we want to avoid that for our customers. And that's the goal of a maintenance.
And you teach us about some of that love and care via your videos on YouTube and on your website so that people can learn more about the proper maintenance practices. But for people who don't want to worry about anything, they don't have to. Maybe they need a new system right now, and it's a good time to do it because you've got your all-in-one comfort plan. Tell us how it works.
What the all-in-one comfort plan is, what the full battle rattle is basically we're encompassing everything. We're replacing the system. We're going to install it right. We're going to be able to back that system because we know who installed it. And the most important day of that system was when it was installed. So we know it was done right. We're also going to go ahead and maintain that system for 10 years afterwards. So we take care of twice a year maintenances on that system for the full 10 years. And on top of that, while we're doing it, we're going to find small problems because things do tear up, 5-6 years down the road. And we're just going to go ahead and fix it. And we're not going to charge you for it. And we're going to find those small problems before they become a big problem. Even if it's a big problem, we're still going to fix it because that's what we said we were going to do.
Well, I think people have enough to worry about on their own. They like to leave this stuff to you, Sean, and they can contact American Veteran at the number on screen, 435-0822, or visit AmericanVeteranAC.com. Sean McGrath, thanks as always for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Y'all put up with a lot for me. Love y'all.